Alright guys, welcome aboard. We're going to continue our Southern California sightseeing here. And so last time we left off, we ended up at Camarillo Airport in Southern California. And the scenery was a little jacked up, so I went ahead and cleaned that up. Some of my ortho tiles were a little bit off, and that was because I had downloaded an old version of Point Mugu, the Navy base, and that screwed up some of the tiles here in Camarillo. But deleted that, and then I started planting some grass. If you've been following along, I've been screwing around with the World Editor and putting in grass all over the place. So I've got Camarillo here, and we have grass now too. So let's jump in the Archer here. Actually, before we do, let's go ahead and take the chocks off, the tie downs, and let's hop inside here, get her fired up, and get on our way. We've got real world weather, and it's looking nice. Winds out of the southwest, about 7 or 8 knots. So we will be departing in that direction, and I think we're going to actually head over to Catalina Island. That literally just thought of that like a second ago. I was trying to figure out where to go, and I've got really nice scenery there from Mr. X that did Catalina, and it looks beautiful. So this should be kind of an interesting flight out over the water. All right, let's get our master battery power on, alternator, fuel pump, left and right magnetos. Let's get our navs on over here. Come down here, let's take a look at our fuel tanks. We're going to actually fuel up here. So let me grab my fuel here. Which one is it? This one? Yep, here we go. We're going to fill it up all the way. There we go. Full fuel, looking good. And let's start off on the left tank, mixture rich. Let's get her fired up. All right. Got a good start there. Let's go ahead and lean the mixture out here a little bit. Bring the power up just under 1,000 there. And let's get our master radio on. We're going to put the pitot heat on just for departure, and autopilot master on. We'll turn navcom 2 on here. And we're going to go over to ground on the transponder, hit VFR. Alright, looking good there. We just adjust up the sounds here just a little bit. I'll do it from inside the airplane. We go bring that down just a tad. Alright, let's taxi on out of here and get out of here. Before we do that, let's go ahead and we can set our trim over here right about the center position. Confirm our flaps are up, and over to altitude on transponder. And we'll leave the mixture lean like that. Alright, so we're going to taxi out of here, head over to the end of the runway. Let me show you where we're going here, first off. So this is, if you looked at my other stream, this is what Camarillo is supposed to look like. Lots of farmland, and the train down there. And we're going to basically taxi right out of here, come around here, hit the runway, whoop, and actually I guess we could taxi out that way. You're not supposed to take off on there, so we'll come around this way and get to the very end of the runway there. Alright, parking brake off. Bring up the power here a little bit. See all my nice grass that I've been planting around here. That guy's kind of parked cockeyed there. And bring that volume down just a little bit more. While we're taxiing here, I'm going to go ahead and trim my rudder trim to the right, just kind of by feel, meaning I what I'm doing is just trimming it to the right with my for a few seconds. Let's go ahead and cut through here. Check out some of this grass I literally just planted, like before I started the stream. And we'll get our landing / taxi light on here. And while we're taxiing, we'll get our AviTab set up here. What do I want to go to? Maps. Bring up the Los Angeles sectional here. If I can stay on the taxiway and do that at the same time. There we go. We'll have that ready for us. A little bit of a crosswind here we'll have from the left. Oh, look at all that pretty grass here. I have to plant some dry grass. This is just one, the very low grass that's available. There's different heights, and I wanted to throw some grass in there to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional as I'm taxiing around here. All right, so we're going to take the runway right over here. Just double check that here. Right, yep. Yep, right there. There's the end of the runway. We'll stop right over here and get our altimeter set. Not really going to do a run-up. Here, let's get our parking brake on. I'm going to release it with my finger. Come on. Up. Up, I said. I was already up. Okay. Let's get our strobes on. Let's get our mixture a little bit richer there. Want it right around 15. And actually what we're going to do, we'll throttle up to 2,000. There we go, perfect, right at 15. Throttle back down. I guess we are doing a run up here. No, I said we weren't. And let's see, altimeter setting. Let me take a quick look on my my other screen there. 3015. Zoom in here and set that. Almost there. 3015, right in the middle there. And I'm going to turn up my switch lights and my panel lights. Avionics are already up. Alright, so lights are on, camera is transponder and action. Fuel is set, trim tab is set, full laps are up. Let's get on out of here and get out to Catalina. And since we're going to VFR, we're not even gonna look at anything. We're not gonna make any pre-flight planning. We're just gonna go. We know the general direction of it. All right, here we are. Let's bring the power up and get out of here. Got a little bit of a crosswind here. I'll do some aileron into the wind there a little bit. Airspeed's alive. There's 60. Let's get her off the ground, let her crab into the wind. Alright, I'll bring that sound down a little bit more. Goodbye, Camarillo. Let's make a quick left turn out of here. We're going to scoot right along Point Magoo again and over to Malibu, and then we'll head offshore over to Catalina. Just heading right off here to Point Magoo. Gonna go right by the Naval Air Station. Not bad for my rudder trim. Usually I have to do it after I take off, but this time I held it for about 4 seconds on my my hat switch, and it's damn near perfect. Yeah, so this is more like it. Like I said, if you saw my prior video where I flew into Camarillo, it wasn't looking exactly the way it's supposed to look, unfortunately. I was trying to load Naval Air Station Point Magoo over here, or Ventura County Naval Weapons something or other, and it somehow screwed up all the farmland all the way up to the airport in Camarillo. Do a quick flyby while we're out here. I'll turn the sound down a little bit more. Looking nice. And Point Magoo's looking pretty good too, even without the default scenery, or this is the default, even without the crappy one I got. Alright, let's see, what are we going to go up to for an altitude? We don't need to go too high. General direction is going to be to the southeast, so be 3,500. That'll get us over the hills right here. And it should be sufficient all the way over to Catalina. But tune in the Catalina VOR here once we get up to altitude. I'm going to go ahead and put my heading bug right to where we're going here. Alright, right around there. I'm going to hit vertical speed, hold on the autopilot, and heading hold. Coming through 3,200 for 3,500. Look around here at the Naval Air Station here. And at the Navy base here. Scoot around the hills here, and coming up to our altitude, I click altitude hold. Let's go back down here and lean our mixture out a little bit more, bring our throttle back just a tad. Looking for about 15 on the EGT. It's close enough there. Bring the power back just a bit more. Don't want to be, you know, just short of the red line here. Alright, you can see Malibu off in the distance over there behind the strut I was going to say, but yeah, right there. There's Malibu. Alright, let's figure out where we're heading here. I'm going to bring up my other screen and take a look at... come on. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. I'm going to make this a little bigger. There we go. Alright, so we took off from right here, and we're going to be heading right there. So let's go ahead and tune in. Well, we got about, what do we got here? What's the heading? That is roughly, I'm just eyeballing it here, we'll set an initial heading for Catalina. So let's see, opposite heading of 310 is subtract 2, add 2, 130. So let's go ahead, and that's kind of what we're almost on here. So let's just hit, we're going to set 130 down here on the heading indicator and the HSI. And then Santa Catalina is, the VOR is 111.4. So let's bring that up in nav 1. I think I'll just bring it up here like this. Click that to go to nav, and we're going to 111. What did I say? 111.4. There we go. Flop that over, and let's go ahead and change our direction here. All right, almost there. There we go. Yeah, pretty much right on. So let's I'll leave it right there, and then I'm going to switch over to nav, and we'll let the autopilot fly that for us. Click it once. There we go. Make sure it's actually picking it up. All right. Let's see here. RPM looks good. Mixture looks good. Let me grab some tunes here. Alright, there we go. It's capturing it now. Making that turn. Alright, let's get our landing light off. We can leave the strobes off. Fuel pump can come off for cruise. Looking back over at Malibu off to the left there. And let's see what we got for DME here. Do we got any indicating? And that's an old flight plan here. Let's go ahead and go into our DME radio here. Let's set 111.4. There we go. All right, 46 miles to go. About 22 minutes. We will be in Catalina Island, Avalon. They're actually, in real life, they are, apparently they're working on the runway. They've tore it all up, and I think they have like I don't know if it's the Navy CBs or somebody, some of the military units are actually rebuilding the runway there, apparently. Looking pretty hazy out here. Hopefully we don't get lost. I'm telling you, once we get to Catalina, it'll be worth the quick hop over to over the ocean here. And the airport's real nice. Sits up on a plateau. And in fact, I'm gonna bring it up on the other screen here just to show you what it looks like. Come on. Trying to bring up some nice pictures of it that are actually big enough for us to look at. Here we go. Alright, so that is the airport. Right there. Sits on a plateau like that. And there's a little terminal here and everything. And Mr. X has modeled this for us, free of charge. So if you go to the X-Plane forums, do a search for Catalina, and you can download that for free. Alberto, hello, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Starting to see some of the islands here. Is that or is that actually, let's see, LA off in the haze over here. So that's actually what is it? Yeah, Palos Verdes. Not Long Beach beyond it there. And we can actually start seeing Catalina in a distance here, coming out of the haze. So there it is. We'll do a little fly around of the island and then touch down and land. Perfect shot there with Malibu in the background. Clean up my view here again. I'm going to try to zoom in on Catalina here just to see if we can see it through the haze. No. Nope, can't see it. Not yet. We're getting there. I think I want to play around with my views here while we're en route, set up a couple other ones. Let me see what I got here. Yeah.
Unable to find UID 13.
Alright, go over to X camera, get my control panel up. I'm going to add a co-pilot view. So I'm going to insert one. Call it co-pilot. And I'm going to figure out what the heck my keys are mapped to. Let's see, I'm going to do my big plus key, which is mapped to view 13 in my setup, and then I'll pop over here over to Copilot. I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit, or zoom back a little bit. Let me go up. A little bit more here. Not really Copilot, but the Copilot side is what I'm going to do here. Something like that. Come on. I think I'm going to change the field of view for it also. Let me see. Increase it a little bit. What we got here? 79. Alright. 76.5, that looks good. Okay, view 13, Copilot. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Let's see if it works here. Go back to, perfect. Yeah, Alberto, he's asking, so is this VFR flights? Yeah, I'm just doing VFR flight from Camarillo, which is north of LA, south of Santa Barbara, kind of. and just cruising out over to Catalina Island here. It's a quick hop. What are we at now? 15 minutes we should be there. About 31.5 miles left here. And yeah, this series here, I've been doing recordings, not streaming, but figured I'd just stream this one today. Kind of cruising around in the new JustFlight Piper Archer 3. Nice airplane. I like this one. If you want to splurge the 40 some odd bucks for it, it's definitely worth it. Working dome lights here. I can turn those up and down. And this one actually works too. Not sure if does it turn on the ones in the back? No, only the ones in the front. I haven't found the switch in the back here for these two. Wait a minute, what's this? Look at that. There we go. It turns on, so there's a switch on either side where you can actually turn on the lights here. Cool. Alright, Catalina coming into view. Hey Scott, Navigraph or AviTab? Yeah, I actually have both. I have Navigraph, but I don't have a subscription to the charts. I just have it for the you know, the databases. So you know, all the waypoint, all that stuff is all updated, but I don't have the actual charts. For AviTab, what I do is I actually just download the individual GeoTIFF files here. So for instance, places that I fly, which is mostly in the southwest here, you know, Albuquerque, LA, Vegas, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, and San Francisco. And we're currently on the Los Angeles sectional chart here. Try to zoom out here a little bit. Alright, there we are. So that's kind of our route. There's our airport, right? Yeah, Camarillo, right over there at the top. Alberto, you're from SoCal too? Cool. I'm ready for the rain to stop. This rain has got to stop here, Alberto. I mean, it's finally nice today, and I think it's going to start raining again, like Wednesday and Thursday. You know what I would do? Forgot to trim up my rudder here. I was wondering why we're kind of cockeyed here. So I think I mentioned it before. So the rudder trim in the Archer and Warrior is right here, and you can grab it and move it back and forth. I have it mapped to my hat switch. So I'm just going to center the ball here. There we go. Maybe a little bit too much. Hey, X-Plane pilot, how easy is it to use autopilot to navigate? It's fine, you know. I don't really, when I'm in a GA airplane, I'm usually flying VFR, so I don't always, you know, program a flight in here. You can do it, certainly do it. There's plenty of videos on, you know, using a GPS here. I mean, the most that I ever screw around with in this one here. And like I said, it's because I'm in GA airplanes, and I just like to do GA flying, you know, VFR. And so I don't really do a lot of IFR flying technically in GA airplanes, so I haven't really gotten proficient at programming flight plans and stuff in here. About the most I do is like just direct select something and activate it kind of thing. Yeah, snow in Seattle, huh? X-plane pilot. Yeah. No thanks. Listen, when it's like 50 degrees over here, I'm cold. I think the high today was like 63 or something. I had the heat on. And yeah, Alberto, too much rain. It's definitely been a wet winter here in Southern California. That water is looking really still. I'm gonna check my ultra weather settings here. I haven't really paid attention to the water here, but let's see if we can change the waves. Doesn't seem to be working out here. Let's do this. Let's just jump out of the plane. Come across this way. Normally this works and changes the actual wave settings, which I normally set on 1. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to screw with it. Coming into Catalina anyway here. Scott, let's see, what do you got here? You bought this plane the other day, inspired by your videos. Cool, cool. Flew at SFO down the coastline. Yes. Do you have? Yeah, you get the scenery, right? Mr. X's scenery is great. It is very nice looking. I wish my water would look right. I'm gonna check my weather injector just to make sure it's still working. Yep, yes it is. I wonder if the waves are there's something funky going on. I'd hate to have to reload it here. Let me do this. I'm gonna click that. I'm not seeing any change in the weather. It might be the tile, you know, that's what it might be. It's actually the ortho tile that I have on here. Maybe a little hosed up, and that's why we're not seeing any waves. Come to think of it, I think I remember having the same problem before when I first downloaded Mr. X's Catalina scenery here. Where are we at? 13 miles. Airport is, let's see, right there. There's the airport, and I think the VOR is right on top of this hill. Either that or it's right there. Now there it is, dead ahead. So there's the VOR. Let me just make sure. Yep. Okay. There's the VOR on top of that peak. And the airport is right over here. So I'm gonna check the. I'm actually gonna check the weather to see what we're getting. Let me go over to Sky Vector first. Let's see what real world is. They're saying winds 260 at 6, altimeter 3016, which is pretty much what we're at. 260 at 6. All right, so that would mean the winds are coming out this way. So we'd be kind of coming around and landing, making a right turn to the runway. Let me just see what is getting injected into my sim, and I'll bring that up for you just so you can see it. So let me grab it and put it on the other screen here. Alright, and this is get that on the screen there. FS Global Real World Weather is what I use, and I'm going to go to review weather station KAVX. Catalina has got 260 at 6. Alright, pretty much, yeah, same thing. 3015 down here. Always like to make sure. Sometimes they don't match. Alright, let's get ready here. So I'm going to go fuel pump on, let's get our landing light on. So we will be landing that way, but let's do a little tour around the island. What we'll do is we'll cut across here, go down low, come across, you know, we're basically going to go around the island and then come back this way. So I'm going to do mixture rich just a little bit here, bring the power back. Hit my trim switch to disconnect the autopilot, and let's do a little sightseeing here. You can see how nice well, it does work. Look at the waves. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, now I'm seeing waves again. Before it looked so flat. Weird. Fantastic looking scenery here. We're going to scoot right down to the... we're going to go down to like 500 foot here. Alberta, you want to request a short hop? Where do you want to go? It was the haze. That's why we weren't seeing the waves. Okay, I'm gonna try switching my waves on here. Over here. Yeah, see? Ugh, way too big. That one's not bad. It looks kind of windy. I don't like the way that the reflections come off of here, though. It looks fine if you're looking like, you know, in a certain direction. I don't like that shine, which is why I usually go with the smaller set. It looks a little bit more realistic. I love Ultra Weather XP, but the water kind of handling's a little off. I don't like the way it looks from a distance like that. So I think I'm gonna have to jump in the. I'm gonna have to jump in a plane with some floats. Come out here and see if I can't taxi on up, land over here, and come up to one of these little beaches. The nice thing, if you don't have Mr. X's Catalina airport here, all the ortho here comes with it, so that it's the whole island. Oh yeah, there's 500 feet. Get my mixture enriched here a little bit. Alberto, you want to go El Monte to Santa Ana? Sure, I think I might have. Can't remember if I've flown into El Monte. I might have at some point. El Monte's, excuse me, El Monte's one of those airports that I don't know, sort of. I don't think I think one time I tried to like just hit all of the airports in the LA basin, and I think I landed there like once. Of course, knowing me, I gotta plant grass, so I'm probably gonna plant grass there, unless El Monte, if I'm not mistaken, is that one of the ones that there's like no grass, it's all tarmac. Nice looking scenery here, gotta say, I love this. And it's one of the things that makes X-Plane so nice, because you've got fantastic airports like this for free. Alright, I'm gonna redline it here. Bring the mixture a little bit leaner here. Firewall the throttle here. Go for max speed here. Hopefully we don't light the engine on fire. San Gabriel Airport now. Huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was one of those that's like in the middle of, everything in LA, and there's like no grass anywhere. What is that? Got some power lines heading out over that way. Do a little, let's do a hop right over the top of the hills here. And come right down into, what is it, Avalon. Oop, don't lock up on me there, FlyJSim. Hop outside here because I want to see what that looks like. Alright, bring the power back and let's just scoot right down. We're gonna buzz Avalon here. So if you're not familiar with Catalina, this is sort of the main tourist spot. This is where you come. If you take the ferry from LA, you come over here, you can come to town, hang out, explore the island, sit on the beach. Yeah, we're gonna overstress this sucker coming down here. Come right over the harbor. Let's see if we can't kill ourselves here. You gotta remember at Catalina, the airport's at like, I forgot what the elevation is. I think it's like 1600 or something. So I want to do a little bit of a climb here. to use my GPS here for a little bit of a reference. Got here some buildings. Not sure what that is, but there's a dock. Alright, starting to see the airport right up here. Hop in the plane, get ready to land. Alright, let's double check everything here. Everything's on. Picture looking good. Go ahead and start slowing down here and head right for the airport. Actually, one thing I always forget to do in here, the carb heat on. Especially if you're going to bring the power all the way back. Alright, first notch of flaps. Let's go to the second notch of flaps. That speed bleed off. Bring in a little bit more power. You can see how neat that is, that sitting up on top of the hill. We should have a little bit of a crosswind here, but not by much. Right, full flaps. And I forgot what the approach light is called there. It's different right here. It's not a PAPI, it's not a VASI. It's an individual light, so if you're on the glide path, it looks green. If you're too high, it goes white, and if you're too low, it goes red. But it's just one light. I forgot what those things are called, but they're pretty scarce. I don't think there's many of them around. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do a replay here. There we go, looking a little low there as it's starting to turn red. Right, over the numbers, bring the power back. Oh, I gotta put some grass here, I think. Alright, let's do some hard braking here. Welcome to Catalina, guys. Flaps up. Bring that power up just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and pull off right here. Go take a look at the little terminal area. Get the landing light off. And the strobe's off. Let's see, where can we park? I think I'm going to park on the other side of this, I don't know, what is this, a caravan or something? And we'll just pull it in straight here. Alright, right there is good. Alright, parking brake on. Let's get her shut down here. So, fuel pump can come off. And bring the mixture all the way back, everything off. Alright, and let's, forgot to turn that off. Let's jump outside here and have a look around a little bit. Get my buttons right here. There's Catalina. Got a little hangar here. What is it? Yeah, 1,600 feet elevation. Go up a little bit. I don't think he has any grass here. Okay, next time we fly out of here, there's going to be grass here. I'm going to plant grass on this sucker. And you can see taking off, that's kind of fun. Coming off the end of the runway there. Alright, let's jump in and let's do a replay. Hop back in the plane here. Right there, let's see. Come around this way. And let me hit play. Pappies? Is it a Pappy? I thought the Pappies were... I thought the Vassie and the Pappy I thought had multiple lights. I think the individual one... I may be wrong, I can't remember. Ooh, look at that, looks nice. Do one more. See if we can't do a tower view here. There's a runway end view. We got to do one of those, of course. That fence looks close. It's just a perspective. There we go. Now we'll do a tower view. Well guys, don't forget to smash down the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the streams and to the channel. We do a lot of X-Plane 11 videos. GA, do some airliner flying also, and the occasional oddball military flight. Hope you enjoyed that flight from Camarillo to beautiful Catalina Island here. I'm gonna go have some dinner. Everybody else, hope you enjoyed that flight, and have a good, what is it, Monday evening. Till next time, take care guys.